All please join me for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Make a roll call.
Here.
Here. Here. Here. Maybe.
Public notice is hereby given that the town board of the town of Patterson, New York will hold a public hearing in consideration of the contracting with the Putnam Lake Fire Department to provide fire protection, rescue, and first aid services, collectively referred to herein as fire protection services, in all or a portion of the fire protection district, as shown on the fire map filed in the office of the Putnam County Clerk as filed map number 793. Said public hearing will be held at the Patterson Town Hall, 1142 Route 311, Patterson, New York, on December 3, 2025, at 7:00 p.m. in the evening of that day, or as soon thereafter as may be held, at which time all persons interested therein shall be heard. For such services, the Putnam Lake Fire Department shall receive the yearly sum of $572,656. The contract shall run for 1 year from January 1, 2026, and shall expire on December 31, 2026. A copy of the proposed contract may be obtained from the town clerk at the address below. The town board will make every effort to ensure that the hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and/or reasonable accommodations, contact the town clerk.
I would ask that anybody here who has any comments or questions about town and the Putnam Lake Fire Department contracting for fire protection services, if you would approach the mic, state your name and address for the record. Make your comment or question. Hearing no one, I'll turn to those joining us by Zoom. If any member joining us by Zoom wishes to make any comments or questions on the proposed contract between the town and the Putnam Lake Fire Department, if you would unmute, state your name and address for the record. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing? So.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next.
Amendments to chapter 142 of the Patterson Town Code. Public notice is hereby given that there has been introduced before the town board of the town of Patterson, New York, on November 19, 2025, an amendment to Patterson Town Code chapter 142 entitled Taxation, which amendment will add Article 7 to provide for a hotel occupancy tax. Now therefore, pursuant to section 20 of the municipal home rule law, town board of the town of Patterson, New York will hold a public hearing on the aforesaid amendments at the town offices, 1142 Route 311, Patterson, New York, on December 3, 2025, at 7:00 p.m. in the evening of that day, or as soon thereafter as may be held, at which time all persons interested therein shall be heard. Town board will make every effort to ensure that the hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and or reasonable accommodations should contact the town clerk.
So this is a next to the last step in a long process that this town board undertook the beginning of this year, where we approached the state legislature to ask them to change their laws to allow the town to impose a 5% hotel tax on any hotels within the town of Patterson. Currently, we don't have any, but we are very hopeful. I would ask anybody who has any questions or wishes to make any comments on the proposed local law, if you would approach the mic, state your name and address for the record, make your statement. Hearing from no one, I will turn to those joining us by Zoom. If any member joining us by Zoom has any comments or questions concerning this proposed local law, if you would unmute, state your name and address for the record and ask your question. Make your statement.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All right. So reports. This one.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the following reports. Dog control officer, November 2025. And the supervisor's report, October 2025. So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the town board minutes for October 22nd, 2025, and the town board minutes for November 5th, 2025. So moved.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Who's gonna audit the bills tonight?
I will audit the bills. I'd like to make a motion to approve abstract number 22 dated November 21st, 2025. The amount of $90,176.09. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Budget transfers?
Budget transfer.
Yes, the first budget transfer request, number 35, is effective date of December 3rd, 2025. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the general fund, special council contractual account, and ball field utilities account to adjust for increased charges. We'll be decreasing town council traffic report by $7,500, recreational contractual by $250, and increasing special council contractual $7,500 and increasing recreation program software utilities by $250. Make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 35. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And budget transfer request number 36 dated December 3rd, 2025. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the highway fund and sanitation district number 2 year-end employee benefit accounts adjustments. Will be decreasing workman's compensation by $7,753. And the workman's compensation again, different code, $3,027. Will be increasing state retirement by $7,753. State retirement by $1,727. Hospital and medical insurance by $1,300. I make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 36. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. Budget adjustment request number 37 dated December 3rd, 2025. This budget adjustment is necessary to allocate funds for the water admin contractual and utilities accounts due to the emergency repairs and cost increases. We'll be increasing the appropriated fund balance by $5,000 and increasing the water admin equipment and capital outlay $3,800 and the water admin equipment capital outlay by $1,200. I make a motion to approve budget adjustment request number 37. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I have a request here for additional inter-funds transfer, $40,000 for the amounts to be paid from the capital fund for additional costs to recreation playground installation club court capital project. So I'd like to introduce the resolution for inter-fund transfer for the recreational playground installation at club court. And ask that this be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Along with this, with the adjustments in the inter-funds transfer, we have budget adjustment request number 38. These are necessary to allocate the additional funds to the club court playground project in the capital fund. We'll be increasing appropriate fund balance by $40,000, the interfund transfer of $40,000, the interest of $275.13, and decreasing recreation capital project boardwalk by $9,724.87. We'll also be increasing the transfer capital projects funds by $40,000 and increasing recreational capital project club court playground by $50,000. I will make a motion to approve budget adjustment request number 38 dated December 3rd, 2025. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Go.
Okay. I have here. I'll try and explain it, and if I don't explain properly, I'll ask the supervisor to help me out. The Alpine Water District has some pumps, and the circuitry that has the pumps communicate to each other needs to be redone or updated. And Verizon was doing it. Now, I have a question on this. So is this?
You want me to jump in here at this point?
Okay,
All right. So we have two control systems that run an upper and a lower well pump. And we have a dedicated line from Verizon that allows the two of them to talk together. Verizon has decided that they are phasing out those lines and so the lines will no longer be available for that purpose, so we have to find an alternate method for doing that. That's currently what we're
Okay.
looking to do.
So that's where Gem Engineering from Poughkeepsie comes in. They have a bid here, a total amount of $6,385 for these services. So I make a motion to accept the to okay this expenditure for $6,385 for the Alpine Water District. So moved.
Second, just to note that that is much lower than some of the other bids that. I've seen.
Yeah, there's a 6-year-old bid or a 5-year-old bid in there that's twice as much or 3 times as much.
3 times, yeah.
Yeah,
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And then I have the resolution to approve new members for the Patterson Fire Department. We have several volunteers that I'm happy to say are stepping forward. We have Ryan Montana, Jonathan Hubert, Tristan Pauza, Samuel Muir III, Edison Fajardo, and Brian Yates. So these people are the fire department is asking that we accept them as new volunteer members, because this is a contingent on their background checks and physicals and things like that. So I make a motion that we accept the Patterson Fire Department request for these new members. So moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Peter,
Like to introduce a resolution for the, to award the, parting, contract for the next 5 years. They will be with a Suburban Carding Company. They submitted a bid, manual collection for year 1, $411, year 2, $411, year 3, $435, year 4, $435, and year 5, $459, as well as year 1 bulk pickup will be $16,300, year 2, $16,300, year 3, $17,200, year 4, $17,200, year 5, $17,800. If there's no objection, I'd like to have this entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
for discussion.
Okay.
So I just want to talk a little bit about this. The town put out the bids for garbage collection in the Putnam Lake area, sanitation district number 1. We're currently using Suburban. As far as I know, everybody has been fairly satisfied with Suburban. They've been much better than, I think, the last company that we had. So we put this out to bid, and Suburban was the only one that bid on it. So we received one bid. The bids came in a little bit higher than I had hoped, but not for what I didn't, what I expected. I did provide on the second sheet here a breakdown of what the actual difference in cost is. And also I kind of broke down so you understand this. What the combined costs to each individual homeowner is going to be for the bids for the garbage collection and the bulk pickup. So they should see something like that in their taxes. Smartly, we budgeted quite a bit in contingency because the bids came in, it's gonna take everything in contingency and a little bit more, which we have in fund balance to actually pay the first year cost for this. Next year, we can expect that Putnam Lake is gonna see a fairly large increase in their taxes for garbage collection, fortunately. But, given the current economic climate, I think what we received is feasible. Yeah, so I'm recommending we go with 5-year bid. Full disclosure, our town controller thinks that we should take a 1-year bid and then rebid it. I don't agree with it. I don't think we're gonna.
Is Suburban Carding moved?
Well, they would have
money.
a choice. No, they wouldn't, because the way the bid was structured, they had to submit a price for a single year, 3 years and 5 years.
Okay. I agree with you, Rich. It was a number of years ago when we reviewed the garbage for the entire town. And the numbers that are stated in here for the 5-year deal are in line with what we calculated 10 years ago, that it costs for the other district for having municipal workers and. I mean, and I'm very happy with the service we get from our municipal workers, so I'm not suggesting to change anything. I'm in full support of that, but I think the numbers on some of our contracts were artificially low for a while. They were keeping the numbers down to keep the contracts. But with that, we didn't get very good service. So I don't think these numbers are that out of line, $400 a year or so for garbage pickup.
And you bring up a very valid point that the numbers here are in line with what garbage district number 2 is paying.
Correct, yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I don't see. If we take 1 year, that's going to be less next year, and I don't see a very significant raise from year 1 to year 5, so I
Yeah.
think we should.
You all in agreement?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Contract.
I have a request for refund for the Department of Code Enforcement, Building Department. It is for on November 17th, 2025, payment was made in the amount of $325. Was processed for an application to legalize a finished basement. An additional payment in the amount of $20 was processed on November 24th. The total $345. After review, it was discovered that that person overpaid. The total amount should have been due $337. So take the math. I'm requesting an $8 refund. I recommend we approve the $8 refund. So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
A lot of words for $8. Sorry.
That's true. Well said, Peter.
Hey,
Okay, first item I have that relates to our fire departments and the low staff agreement. Do I have anybody from the fire department here tonight? Roy? You kind of, all right, I won't put you on the spot then. A request was put into the town for the town to consider changing some of the structure of the low staff agreement to allow additional length of service credit. Currently, we are at 20 years, correct, Rich?
We are at 20 years.
And the idea is to consider allowing that to extend beyond to maybe 30 and 40 years of service. And obviously, we want to continue to encourage our volunteer members to volunteer in the town of Patterson, right? There's a direct savings to the community for this. And I think we all agree that people should get some kind of an interest in that. So there, I think, needs to be a discussion on what that break point is. Whether it's currently 20 years, do we want to go to something that ranges all the way out to 40 years or more? So wanted to open it for discussion for the town board. Anyone has any viewpoints on this, but so that anyone here tonight or joining us via Zoom knows that for every year of service, essentially it's $30 of, well, like a retirement or a pension plan, if you will, a payment that. So if you put in 20 years of service, you would be what, $600. So per year for the rest of your life, it's like a pension plan or it's an incentive. It's not a lot of money, but you know, it's something that helps to incentivize people volunteering their time within the volunteer departments. So I know, Rich, you've had some discussion with our providers to see some of the actuaries and essentially what this is going to cost the town over the years, given our membership. Anybody have any viewpoints on this?
Is there a deadline on this that we have to do? So it's just.
No. We don't not necessarily make a decision tonight, just bringing it up for discussion.
Well, the only thing we would be doing tonight is authorizing the expense. So that we can get better numbers.
And the better numbers are, we're paying for the quote for those, so that's essentially the service that.
Correct.
Okay. But
I'm just looking, so what is the max use then currently?
whatever, 20.
20. So just curious as to if you raised it to 40 or 50 years. You know, what would the age person be that's, you know,
Well, I would support looking at 30 years. I would support looking at 40 years to see what the cost would be to our taxpayers. 50 years, now you're talking about if somebody were to join the fire department when they were 20 years old,
Mhm.
they'd be still accruing years up until the time they were 70. So I think that's pushing it.
Yeah, I'd be fine looking at 30 and 40. See
Yeah.
what those,
I would agree to look at that.
I think, Chuck.
You have multiply them up.
Is there a,
Whole member.
like, other towns too, is there, like, is there a number that other people have done? Is, how is it done?
So I'm sure there are, I can't tell you who they are, but you know, what's prompted this is the state has allowed. For the benefit to be increased through increasing the number to $1,200.
Which would have got 40, at 40 years.
Yeah, no, I know, we've had people that, I know we've got people at 40, that, so.
Yeah. Okay, you want me to make a motion to authorize? Expenditure of. That's it, so
Think it's
we would need
appropriate.
2 quotes, right?
Yeah, we would be looking
Okay.
at 30 and 40.
Okay. And is there a specific dollar amount? It says 3 of the quotes charge of $22.50.
So it was $125 an hour.
Okay. Okay, in this matter, I would like to authorize, Glatfelter Specialties Benefits, to work on the quotes for the low SAP extension to 30 and 40 years at a cost of $125 per hour. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving right along.
The next item relates to our zoning code and our planning board. We have a proposed subdivision off Birch Hill Road, Chiola subdivision. It's a 43-acre piece of property. And as such, our subdivision code requires certain areas consider cluster overlay. For at least 2 people I know in the room that live close to Ice Pond Road. That project down there also is considered under cluster overlay, as you know, or may know. It's designed to essentially force the planning board to look, and the developer, to look at the way they design projects to centralize or cluster homes in an area to protect open space. And so in the planning board's deliberation of this piece of property, they've taken into account trying to meet these certain rules of our zoning code. And in some cases, they make recommendations to the town board to give waivers from some of the rules within the code. The planning board has reviewed this subdivision. It's 43 acres. They're proposing 3 lots on this. When you take out the environmentally sensitive areas such as steep slopes and wetlands, that cuts the property down to about 22 acres in size. So they're proposing 3 lots on 22 acres. The cluster overlay zone requires that lots be fairly small, like an acre and a half in size. In this case, the usable areas, the lots would be slightly larger than that in the 3 to 4 acre range. So in order to proceed with the planning board's recommendation, we would need to schedule a public hearing on this. The planning board gave their recommendation in detail as to why they believe that these waivers would still meet within the intent of the essence of protecting open space, which this layout certainly does. Protects a significant portion of the property and comports with the intent of the cluster overlay criteria. So in order to kick this into that phase and allow public comment and review of this application, I would like to make a motion that we set a public hearing for January 14th and ask the town clerk to do the public notice on this application. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I just ask one question?
Sure.
Is there a possibility that after this is all said and done and the 3 lots are developed, that one of them having all of that acreage could in the future put in application to subdivide that lot?
It's good. The property's in a conservation easement, so
Okay,
And I probably should have said that. If I have the letter here, so the specifics of the waivers being asked for. Essentially is not having to follow the cluster overlay. And having the lots be slightly larger than the 80,000 square foot before. Two acre lots, so they'd be larger than the 2 acres that's required under the cluster overlay. So. This is a property that has some steep slopes and some wetlands. And properties, the houses would be located right along Birch Hill Road. There are 3 lots. It's not a. It's not a significant subdivision in that, it's 3 lots on 40 acres, but nevertheless. In order to proceed with the current layout, these waivers are required.
thank you.
Move on.
Yes, thank you.
All right. New York State DEC has a grant program for invasive species. It's come to my attention this year that we have a growing problem in the Putnam Lake area with Phragmites. Talked to the Park Advisory Board applying for a grant. I have it pretty much ready to go. I have a resolution here which we need to complete as part of the grant application. In support of an application for the invasive species grant program, round 4. DEC's portion of the pie, it's a 75% match. DEC would provide 75% of the funding. And their portion of the pie would be $47,878. So without objection, I'd like to ask this resolution be entered into the record as though read. Move its adoption, so move.
Second.
Favor?
I'm Rich. Phragmites, is it mechanical removal? I mean, it's what works for Phragmites, it seems like nothing really.
Listen, nothing works for Phragmites, but so the grant application is, there's a couple of different ways to do it. You can foliar treat the Phragmites with a couple of herbicides. They suggest Roundup is the recommended herbicide. I'm not a big fan of Roundup. So what I'm pitching to the DEC, which they should approve, is a slightly less toxic herbicide called Clearcast. But what I'm proposing to do is actually for 2 years go in there, cut the Phragmites down, and then treat the stems. Same thing with Clearcast, but it means cutting them all down and removing them, which is, going to be beneficial in a number of different ways. All right.
Because I know they cut them down every year here next to the Acme, and the stormwater ponds there, and it doesn't last.
They grow right,
I
guys.
just, like mowing the grass.
But I am anxious to see how this is going to work with the chemical Clearcast. It's something that became very highly recommended.
I saw that listed. Draft.
Yep. All right, next on my agenda, back talking about updating our town website. Last agenda, I provided everybody with kind of an outline summary of what would be going into the website. And also I provided them with a proposal. Nobody got going out of them, wanted to get any feedback that we could get. So we had a chance to review it. Anybody have any comments, questions, changes?
I was pretty impressed with the proposals.
Yeah, that's very well done.
You want to give it a shot.
That was to be covered on.
Mary Jo?
There's a lot going on there.
Right, so I'm gonna finalize this up in this meeting, take an act, get this thing going. Wondering. All right, and my last item is executive session personnel. So I'll refer that to the end of the meeting. All right.
So we have only now one request on the recreation permit, it's festival season. We have a non-good Procurement request form for 171 reversible basketball jerseys with the logo on the front and the numbers on the backs. The low bidder came in from Homestead 83 in the amount of $2,822.85. So I'll make a motion to approve Homestead 83 for these 171 reversible jerseys. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
The other item I have here is there's a resolution for the renewal of the contract with the Putnam Lake Fire Department. The town of Patterson desires to renew its agreement with Putnam Lake Fire Department for the provision of fire protection services in Putnam Lake protection area during the 2026 calendar year. So I'd like to make a motion to enter this resolution into the record as though read. This is dated December 3rd, 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Other business. I would like to bring up something at this time with the board's indulgence. We've been working and trying to get club court squared away. And, you know, today we finally got a second proposal for putting the mulch back down. We did get 2 proposals. And we did get a quote, the town was going to do it ourselves with doing the mulch. It doesn't seem very realistic at this time. So we've got 2 proposals, one for $27,600 and one for $21,000. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the quote from. Next slide, please. Well, it is, yeah. Regional, Richard Butch and Testa, the amount of $21,000. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? All right, second thing that came in today. Early this morning. Was a request, excuse me?
Know a little bit about this.
You do? Well, I think the guy behind might help you too. I received an email from the chief of the Patterson Fire Department. They're looking to spend. I assume you're gonna spend the total amount of $22,600 for a piece of equipment. For a rescue tool. Yeah. Who wants to get on the hot seat? That's gonna get a little hot.
All right, well, I was correct a couple minutes ago.
All right.
So we're looking to replace 2 of the hydraulic tools that are currently on our rescue rig. We don't use them currently, and the company that we're looking to buy replacements from is offering us $2,000 buyback per tool. And we're looking to make these purchases now because as of January 1st, the price of the tools we're looking to purchase will go up by 12%. And we're not secured that we'll get the $2,000 buyback either. After June.
All right.
What's the reason that the tools are not used now?
They're not quite big enough to go through the cars that are designed today. So we use.
Seriously, it seems like the cars today are
Yeah.
Yeah.
designed less and less.
Off of their hand.
Yeah, really, and a lot of plastic. So I have a couple of questions. First, I want to just say that by now, the department should have provided us with their 2024 audit, which is required every year. It's usually due the end of September, and we still don't have it. That needs to be made a priority.
I know that it's currently important.
Yeah. So then the second part of that, according to your 2023 audit, you had $11,800 in that line for rescue tools. 2024, the town board authorized $2,400 to be added to that account. In 2025, we added another $6,000. That brings a total of $20,200. You're looking to spend $22,600.
Yes, the rest will come out of the 2026 budget and sheet.
All right, so then how much are you looking to spend out of the rescue tool line? Because according to the email, you've got $22,600 in the line. I'm showing that you've got $2,400 less.
But
And it would have helped if I had had the 2024 audit because it might have provided some clarity. So I'm willing to authorize $20,200 because I know you got that amount.
Okay.
Joe, you want to add anything?
I have a budget to find out, some of the money should
And
stuff.
listen, I apologize for
No,
doing this
yeah.
to you, but I got this at 7:30 this morning.
I get your name for it now.
Post that one.
Just how they're used for one, so.
Yeah.
How much do you have in the rest? Yeah, the rest. It's 26 in the rest of it, right? But
That's what he says in the email.
Yeah,
That's not what I had in account.
so you play show,
20,200.
he says he should want 20,000 to.
So we can end this right now. We'll authorize it 22,200 or 20,200.
You say number. Okay.
Just was checking the numbers.
We're including my new install. Fine. Okay. Fine. Saying, showing some about this, I'm then
I have no doubt you are.
December 7th, so we have, can we revisit December 17th, just come back with all the numbers? But that needs enough time to still get the repeats on the tools, right? No, we have to send it first. Okay.
Authorize up to 20,200.
Yeah.
Revisit it.
Listen, I was gonna do that anyway. So,
All right.
and at least you're gonna have that. Then if you want to revisit, we can revisit.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, we'll bring back some more numbers and whatever you can approve today, if not, then everything.
Yeah,
We can get the base on the tools up to the 31st.
Okay.
All
right. so I'd like to make a motion to authorize the Patterson Fire Department to spend $20,200 from the rescue tool line. So moved. Second. All in favor? Aye. All right. Then whoever's gonna contact me. Obviously, I'm gonna tie it up most of tomorrow, so it's right here. Okay. Anybody else have any other business at this time that wish to bring it up? No, we're still with us.
I'd like to be in front of the mic.
You know, I was thinking about the garbage contracts and. One of the first things when things go wrong in a community, when you think of a natural disaster or something, garbage piles up, you start to realize how important it is to have that service. Just with the holiday, the way that garbage pickup fell, right? Thanksgiving on Thursday and Friday being the holiday. So the condos right here at Cornwall Meadows, they normally get picked up on, I believe, Friday morning. So now you have a normal pickup, which is being bumped till the beginning of the next week, plus a holiday weekend where everyone seemed to have family over. And I can tell you that I wanted to call Margot and say, please prep the guys and say sorry in advance, because the garbage that was piled up within the enclosures, the 3 enclosures with the dumpsters in those condos, it was unbelievable. And I thought to myself, if we have to wait until Friday, another week, it like, you don't realize how important that service is and how quickly that things can go bad until it doesn't happen. The important advancements, right, are running water and sewage going away and your garbage being picked up. And those are those essential services. So that dollar amount for the carding seems pretty small in comparison when you think about what you're getting for it. I don't know, I was thinking about that while we were kicking it around.
How the puck away, so.
Your lunch is taken care of.
Yes,
Yes,
That's great.
That's all right.
Yeah.
On a similar note, I'd like to thank the highway department too for doing a good job. Yesterday. I know I had getting home. Everyone else experienced the same thing. Thanks to them.
All right, I have one last thing. I'd just like to get it on the record. Last Saturday, the town board attended a rededication of Clubport Park, dedicating it to a former, don't start crying. No, that's why I waited till the end. To former supervisor Larry Lawler, who was a supervisor and town board member here, and just a really outstanding individual. He did so much for our community, so we rededicated Clubport Park to Larry Lawler, and it was the turnout was phenomenal. And it was just the family. Listen, I've known them for years and years, and I had no idea till put them all together and they built the park.
Yes, they
did.
Very nice, say some very old familiar thing.
All right, with that, we'll turn it to public recognition. Does any member of the public have any comments or questions for the board? Like to approach the mic?
How you doing? Yeah, Scott County, Tunenberg Road. You guys remember me about the roof?
Yes, oh, yes.
Still don't have it,
Okay,
but I appreciate you guys approving the first time.
okay,
So, the story goes on, you guys approved me, I started working on it. Of course, the whole place was destroyed, just structural wise, so I started rebuilding it back. But I just, went a little bit higher than I was supposed to. Bob came by,
Wait, what do you mean you went higher than you
I
were?
raised the roof 4 foot.
he put a second story on the building.
Okay.
Okay.
I had to rebuild it back anyway, so yes, I wanted to go higher, I wanted to make it back the way I wanted it then. But I did went to an architect, got an engineer, I did all that to get it done.
To submit those plans to the Bob,
Yes, I did.
and they approved them.
Yeah, it still has not approved it. But actually, that's why I'm here,
Okay.
because he sent me a letter as of yesterday. Yesterday, telling me that he can't approve it. He cannot approve it
And what was his reason?
due to the violations the place has. But he said for me to come ask you guys. If you let me do it.
Well-
You may recall the issue here was that the property was in violation, so Bob couldn't issue a permit to begin with. And the board, reviewed this in conjunction with with our unsafe buildings and
Right.
said that the roof could be repaired to make the building safe again. But the issue is that there's outstanding violations on the property.
Honestly, I'm not that up to speed on this, and I'd like to talk to the building inspector.
I mean, I would have bought my lawyer, but I only got this yesterday,
Okay.
so I tried to get in there
And
too.
Bob didn't talk to me yesterday or today about this at all.
So I got this yesterday.
Yeah. So listen, I can put it on for the next agenda on the 17th.
That'll be great. I
Yeah.
think I have court with him next week or something like that, so,
But there's still no roof on the home, so it still hasn't been made safe.
I've been going through talks every month. Rain, snow, I mean, the whole place is saturated already.
So the only. I'm sure, I know there's another violation out there because you built a second story on there.
No, it's always the same.
So. No,
Yes.
so that's one of the problems, but really the big issue is still the garage, right?
Correct.
Okay. And that's the only thing that's holding him up from, well, let me talk to Bob tomorrow.
Well, I'm sorry, but the house was a 4 bedroom.
Yep.
Always had upstairs, so
Okay,
all I did was just raise that house.
all right, so let me talk to Bob tomorrow and I'll put it on for the next agenda if you wanna come back. We'll see what we can do.
That's great, but could we get some type of like a checklist? Like, when you wanna start getting a permit, it's when you finish, what do you need? Because all I'm doing, I'm going here, and Bob's telling me I need this, why I get this, I go back, I need this. This just takes time and time and time.
Okay, I can promise you, there is a checklist in that department. I know I created it.
That would be nice to
but-
have somebody with.
But
Give us
my checklist has to do with the permitting. Right, all the permits that you might need, for example, an electrical permit, driveway opening permit. Things like that. Is
Just to get
that
a
what,
permit.
is that what you're interested in, or are you looking at what needs to be shown on the plans?
No, just to get a permit, like. I went to apply for a permit, dropped off the papers, the next thing I know, a week later, you need to give me $75 review. I dropped off the permit, why didn't you tell me right then and there?
All right,
You know what I mean, it's just,
let me have a
And then-
conversation with Bob, let me have a separate conversation with you about the permitting issue, and see what we can work out.
I'm sorry, this timeline just takes so long to get anything done.
Understood.
Thank you.
And believe it or not, most people say that you're quicker in Patterson than anywhere else.
I had this house for a year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, mine is 6 years.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening, my name is Lourdes and this is about 4 houses. But everything started with 1 house in 2010. I got this house cash because I needed a roof for my son, that it was a cheap house, could afford, so we bought it cash. We didn't check, it was my first time, I didn't even know I had to come here to check if violation, but it looks like there was no violation or anything. The lawyer said if the file only had 1 piece of paper, that was the septic drawings or something, that was the complete file for the house. So I got it in 2010, November,
What's the address of that
it's 521 Lake Shore Drive.
Thank you.
The house was sold 5 years earlier as a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. I buy it in 2010. I didn't even know, I didn't even see if it was legally 2, 4, whatever. I just went to see the house, bought it because I like. 2018, we put it for rent. There was no problem. So the inspector said that they checked in the Facebook, I think. And they saw the pictures and they saw 2 bedrooms. And the house, they said, they are now saying is a 1-bedroom. Even though we have been paying all the time taxes for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. So he sends me a notice of violation. I come here and I went to his office and the assessor was there too. We started talking and he said that we built that 2nd bedroom that they say now and 2nd bathroom in the basement. I said, no, we put it like that. So my English was not even that good then. Now I understand a lot what was going on. So instead of him helping me, saying, okay, you have to apply for this, explaining what to do. This time, we started, I should say fighting, no, what's the word? Arguing. So I am like, I kept telling him, no, we didn't do it, I bought it like that, I bought it like that, and so we started like this, and he yelled at me. I was so frustrated, I yelled back at him, that was my mistake. After that, the nightmare started. So since then, he keeps taking us to court. We go to court, he keeps saying they need to do this and that. And when we come here, we apply for the permit, we will apply, but he doesn't answer to the applications. He keeps taking us to court. Then in court again, you have to do this, okay, we keep coming here, applying, we have not have answers for the applications. We applied 3 years ago, we applied in June 4, 2024. In that day, the clerk didn't even want to sign the receipt of the applications, so we had to make a video of giving her the application. Then no answer. Comes to June 4th, 2025, we reapply. No answer. He keeps taking us to court. August 2025 applications, no answer. October 2025 application, we keep applying, we keep spending, and no answer from it. It's like no answer. He keeps taking us to court. Oh, they have violations. Well, we don't really have violations. They are making up this violation of the 2-bedroom because that's how we got it. And now he's like, the oil tank. Oh, you replaced the oil tank. No, the oil tank was always there. There's a letter from a neighbor saying that always like that. A letter from the realtor saying that their house was always 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. But they keep saying, no, it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. I said, but why is it a 1-bedroom, 1-bath? Who changed it? Or there should be something to back up the 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. I have the backup for the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, but they don't have. Neither the Department of Health. Now, Mr. McCarthy is asking us to go to the health department. If they approve you, I'll approve you. We go to the health department, oh, if the town approves you, we'll approve, and they keep us. I'm like, oh, who's gonna decide this? And so we have the Department of Health, they are like, we are sending Mr. McCarthy emails asking, but he's not answering them either. Now, there's more other, that's an issue. And he keeps taking to court. The only thing he follows up is with the rental application, because I guess that's the way for him to go in and keep checking or try to find something else. I don't know. The only two things that he answered was the rentals, but the other ones, no, we have to keep going to court. We applied in June 4th, July, he sent us the violations again, the notifications to go to court without answering to our application. Now, there's 3 more houses. Inwood Place, Seward Road, and Taylor Road. 4 houses that are 3 houses that are in our name. One of the houses is in his name. He's my son. He doesn't give us whatever he wants because there's no really violation, but he keeps making up this. He keeps making up these violations that were not in the records that are coming from him now. He knows all these houses. He doesn't give us permits, for example, for Inwood Place. Why? Because you didn't fix the problem at 521 Lakeshore. We are like, one house is one thing, the other house is another thing. Why are you mixing this? Because he sees the same last name for my son's house. He doesn't give him either the permit because it's the same last name. Even and his house has nothing to do with this. Taylor Road. I think he had some problems with the owner before. We bought this house with some violation. This one we bought with violation. Marcel, my husband, keeps putting the applications. He comes, or no, this, no, this, no, I cannot give. He's taking us to court. Then,
Wait, can I interrupt you real quick?
uh-huh.
So how many times has he taken you to court?
Since 2018, it's years.
Okay, and you're appearing in front of the judge?
Yes,
All right, and how many times has the judge dismissed cases?
the thing is, our lawyer with the other lawyer, because Mr. McCarthy keeps making a mess of this, it's like the lawyers don't understand what he wants. So our
So-
lawyer is always postponing, so the lawyers talk to each other. That was the judge order first, but they never.
So you're telling me all these violations and there's never been a decision made? Interesting,
Since 2018.
okay.
And there's just too many. All we want is him to give us, if he wants us to do something, give us the permit. Charge us whatever we have to pay, and just let's finalize this. But what I'm thinking is, because now the health department is like, oh, talk to them, and the other talk to them. He wants to keep us in the limbo. Like, we cannot do this because of this. There was this, in this house, he ended up recently saying that the window in the basement has to be a egress window, okay? Marcel puts the application, no answer. I told him, do the window, maybe he's happy if you do it. Now he does the window, oh, where's the application? In your office. So either he gives us the application, the answer, or or say, or tell us, okay, you do this, here's the permit, you have to do it this way. I guess that's the way he should be working, right? Instead of being silent and not responding and just keep taking us to, the first time he took me to court, because it passed like 2 years or something like that. And this thing that permits, no permits, application, no permits, application, no permits. He ended up asking me, he wanted the judge to decide to give us $125,000 violation because we have not complied and it's $200 per day or something like that. And then the lawyers talked and they said, oh, okay, it's gonna go to 80,000. I said, not even the house is probably worth that much. Then, okay, then $20,000. And how we didn't pay those $20,000 without even knowing, we fixed it ourselves. I had a mortgage I couldn't afford, so I called him because we have separate properties. His mine is mine. So I said, buy me the house, take care of the mortgage, and the house is yours. He did that. We come to the court again, and we didn't even know, and we mentioned that it's in his name. And the judge said, oh no, then you have to go against him. And because of this not pyramiding whatever law, they couldn't charge those $20,000 to him. I got saved by the bell, by God, I should say, without even knowing. Otherwise, I had to pay $20,000 for him not giving us the permit.
How many permits have you paid for and applied for in total?
I was thinking maybe to go to the office, they should have the records.
Cause how many have you applied for?
And to the 3
Just
years,
total, have you
Oh, I
applied
have
for
no
5
idea.
permits, 10 permits?
uh,
You're applying, I'm just curious how many permits.
like,
Come in, filled an application, paid a fee, given it to the secretary.
I should say more than 10.
10
More.
times. So they've got like 10.
Easy term to use is many. So easy term.
No, many is too vague.
No, I'm saying that because realistically saying, if you're asking us how many permits, we can say one, and by the end of the desk be another one, that's fine.
Now,
No, I don't think you understand. I'm just wondering how many times has your mom gone to the office with a check in hand and
Oh, yeah, we
filled
have-
out an
we have
application
the checks.
for, let's make it up, for installing a window, let's say.
the proof of the application, but we might have the checks, because we keep trusting,
Yeah, no, I know.
go and drop it and
I
go.
understand. And
Without,
you didn't necessarily make yourself a photocopy.
no,
I
no,
wasn't doubting you. I was just curious what that.
no,
number-
no, lately we have, now we are making sure we have records
Hmm.
to kind of show, but June 4th, we have the video of giving the lady the applications. June 4th, 25, we have the papers. August, we have the papers. October, we have the papers. And
So you came in June and filed a permit, then came in the following month and filed a different permit or a permit at the same time?
adding things, every time we go to court, it's something different. It's not like, okay, a piece of paper, you, this,
Yeah.
and that's it. We go to court, oh, there's a no, he wants. He wants, we bought the other tank, it's there since I bought it in 2010. Now he's asking for a manufacturer of the tank or something. I don't know why he's asking. The tank was it.
Have you ever received a determination letter from, based on your application from the building department?
No answer.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you have to go to court again.
Listen, Lawrence, I understand you sound very frustrated with the
Yes.
process.
And before you keep going, sorry to interrupt you. Inwood Place is the same situation as the gentleman. The house is deteriorating, the roof is gone, it's a plastic, a tarp thing over. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He should give us the permits because he's here to work for the people, not against the people. That's what I think.
So I understand you're very frustrated.
Yes.
All right. Unfortunately, we didn't know you were coming in, so none of us know. You know, we haven't gone in, we haven't looked at your file, we haven't reviewed what's been going on. So it's kind of hard for any of us to form a judgment at this point, because we all know that there's always two sides to every story.
Yes.
Right.
So
So, certainly I didn't, have a conversation with Bob, but
the yelling back
But-
at him
but let me
is
finish.
like, yes.
you also have to understand that the building inspector, especially in the state of New York, has a certain amount of autonomy. The town board can't really direct him to do one thing or another. He's put in charge of the New
Yeah,
York
but
State
it
building code.
take more than a year for permit.
Listen, like I said, we can take a look at it and, see what's going on, hear both sides of the story and maybe come to some resolution,
Or-
but it's not gonna be resolved here tonight.
No.
Because
no.
again, we haven't had an opportunity to take a look at what's
We
going
haven't
on.
even come here for so many years because I didn't know there was this. Now I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, we were about to ask the states to help us because this is really,
Same thing what he said, I have what's called, same thing what he said, give me the guidance of the checklist. So from the
So
permits,
he doesn't-
zones and all that crap, I'm not gonna try to mouse.
so he doesn't keep adding things by every time he goes there to check.
Well, listen, it may be very helpful for me to go take a look at your file and see,
Yeah, but like
if he's asking for more information and more
There
information
was
and more
one
information.
piece of.
What information he's asking for and why he didn't tell you that, so, okay.
There was that house started with one piece of, like I said, now it's a big thing. We had an easement with the neighbor for a piece of property because it's tiny house. And just in case we have to make this septic bigger. It was just an easement. Oh my God, he sent an email to the check because they did the septic. They updated the septic without permits. Like he thinks we changed the town, oh, you have to give me this, and he takes us to court. He thinks we did the septic, takes us to court. And he shouldn't do that. Now you're gonna find a big file, but he's looking all over, I guess, trying to find something.
Alright. Alright, so let us take a look into it.
Now, his house, we applied like 3 years ago, no answer because the same
What did you
last.
apply specifically for, very specific,
For,
tell
for,
us,
for.
no, let him tell us,
Oh,
please, because you said he applied.
No,
What
no,
did you
my
s-
husband applied.
Oh,
He-
what-
He was with me at the time, so his kind of case, he has more direct answers than me. Because me realistically saying, I'm just helping him out, whatever he goes through, such as he had to take one permit out, but follow him. That's what I'm trying
So
to.
you know what he applied
Plans,
for,
there's plans, everything
No.
to renovate the house.
read a what?
Renovate.
Oh, renovate, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, renovate, okay.
And now Taylor Road, because there's these stairs. He wanted the stairs. He didn't give us a permit, the same situation. No, it's in the road that you have to go to the town, what's the town, the highway. We go to the highway, no, there's no problem, why is he making a problem? Oh, he needs a letter from the highway, we go to the highway, no, we cannot give you a letter, we can only give you an email. It's like we are in the limbo with they work together, or they are afraid of him, I don't know. Now he's not giving us the permit. Who knows why? Stairs are there. My husband did whatever he wanted, please. Now, in this house, the first house that I have, that I bought, the first one only, I should say, and that was supposed to be my American dream, but it became my American nightmare. So, this other house that is my husband's, Taylor Road. There's a house next to that, and I have the proof here. It was sold with an illegal 3rd bedroom. Why? Because the guy knows the inspector, and the inspector and the health department told the last owner, because it was sold already. Oh, we're gonna let you sell it, no issues. Whoever buys it is gonna have the problem, and I have text. The proof that they were saying, we are gonna let you sell it with no giving you any issue. But in this house, the 2nd bedroom, which in my opinion, it is not a bedroom, it's a dining room because it's right there where the kitchen is. It's like you have to tear down half of the wall because it's a potential there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a possible way you could just send the addresses in question to the
Yeah,
town supervisor? Because we really can't, we're really not gonna be able to help you without
No.
looking it up.
I know, I understand that, but now on, I need somebody to help us because we're paying taxes. These houses that cannot be renovated, we're paying
We
taxes.
understand.
You,
We are
you don't
wasting
need to send me
time
the
and money.
addresses, because if you pull building permits. Right,
Application.
There should be
Obligations.
records in there.
yeah, they're gonna be
There should
ready.
be, yes.
Yeah, so we should be good, let me go.
We asked
take-
for a foil of the properties, but that didn't come with it.
But you would
You
have to
asked for a
submit
FOIL?
a form.
We,
for
a
a FOIL
complete, we
request.
asked for complete from all the departments, whatever it's in the houses. But not, none of that.
Well, there's a form you have to fill out and send to the town clerk.
No,
who's
we got
the
the paper,
user.
but there's nothing about the applications, so what happened with that?
So you're saying you've submitted the FOIL, you've received documents, but it doesn't include your application?
Yes, none of them.
Did you specify?
You specified everything, and for us,
When did
everything.
you send this file? Do you remember
Uh,
the date?
No, exactly, but it was maybe 4-5 months ago, maybe. I can also find out the date.
Yeah, because I've never come across the FOIL asking for permits. Like actual specific permits, anything in the FOIL like that. I'm not saying I don't remember your address, but I just don't remember ever receiving a FOIL requesting permits from the building department. No.
We dropped at the bottom and the lady said, put complete from, we wrote complete from all the.
Oh, you
departments.
filled out a piece of paper, you didn't do it online, you're saying?
No,
Okay. I'll look through that.
so now please remember me because I'm sure we're gonna keep coming until he gives us the permits.
Okay.
Fix our houses. Because we're paying taxes and his salary depends on our taxes.
All right,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah, you can say something there if you want.
And I have the guidance for it, so like you say, you created a guidance zone, such as pretty much permits, the outline of it.
Yeah.
So you created, can I have that for tonight, and you guys my email in case?
You have it tonight?
Yeah, so such I can give you the email, and you guys can send me after tonight.
I can maybe do it tomorrow.
You
don't have to have it.
Yeah, already from me, because I'm studying a lot.
Write your email down on a piece of paper.
Okay, do this.
They're, I'm writing the addresses.
She'll do, come back to you guys when you guys have your money, folks, make it just.
Alright.
Then,
Okay,
Cool, thanks.
anyone else? Fine.
Perhaps the fire department will be hosting its annual candy cane run on Saturday, December 20th, starting at 9 AM at Acme. Check our Facebook page for stops. We're not gonna be stopping at individual houses. There's different meeting points. But Saturday, December the 20th, starting at 9 AM.
Very nice, good,
Thank you.
thank you. Rachel, are you still driving through the town though?
Yes,
Okay. That's all.
yes, it's just designated stopping points.
Yeah.
Meg Carey, 213 Fairfield Drive. Okay, I'm here for a few different reasons. The first is Putnam Lake Park District. The highway department did work at Interlake Beach. They were unbelievable. Everybody in town who has gone past can't believe the work that's been done. They were amazing, and I wanted to publicly thank Jean, Glenn, Ford, Stephen, Dennis, Tim, and Josh. They were absolutely amazing. We have the best highway department in the world. Also, I want to thank them and Rich for taking down the banners after Veterans Day. I think we're the showcase of Putnam County, because if you look at the banners in Carmel and some of the faces you can't even see on the banners, it's very sad, but we have the best town that takes care of our banners, so thank you very much. This Saturday is the Putnam Lake Fire Department's Christmas parade. It starts at 7:30, but Haviland Drive will be shut down at 6 PM from Larry Lawler Park Monument, and Fairfield Drive will probably be shut down around 7 o'clock. So for people to get to town, you wanna make sure you get there early so you can park. They're also having their candy cane run on December the 13th. No, 12th, the Saturday. It's the 13th, the Saturday, thank you. They're having theirs on the 13th as well. This coming Sunday is the AMVETS breakfast at the Putnam Lake VFW from 9 to 11. So I hope people will come out and support that. And then for the rec, We have a Nerf night on December the 12th. From 6:30 to 8:30 PM, and it's grades 2 through 8. And then on Saturday the 13th, the rec is having breakfast with Santa. And that's at, the doors open at 9 AM. And you register online for breakfast with Santa. And then lastly, we have a pizza night, and that's on Saturday, December the 20th, grades 1 through 8. And you register online for pizza night. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Thanks, Nick. Anyone else? Hearing none, we'll turn it to our audience joining us by Zoom. If any member joining us by Zoom has any questions or comments from the town board, if you would unmute, state your name and address for the record.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Thank you all for coming.
Bye.